moment on this conference that I went for in Nairobi, when the South African Minister of Transport stood up in the gathering where there are political parties from all over the world, and he said to me, he said, I want to applaud Liberia because your election was so tight, hotly contested, and President Bouazizi only defeated President Weah less than 30,000 votes. And yet, President Weah conceded. He said, you people should continue that democracy. I was proud. I'm going to say anyway, therefore, President Weah to concede and keep our democracy on the path it is something, of course, I'm proud of, and I'm happy he did that. I would praise him any day for that, because not many Africans can do that. Look, let's stop all these political norms. When people do something good, praise them. He could have stayed in power like other people. Yes, he could have done that. When President Bouazizi
Since its inauguration on January 22, 2018, President George Manneh Weah has been living up to promises made to the Liberian people. Although the president intimated that he's not promising quick fixes or miracles, but his passion for transforming the livelihood of the Liberian people is certainly showing some quick fixes.
The sooner we all merge our energies towards cementing these new norms and values, the sooner we will transform our beloved country for the better. In doing so, we must also learn the virtues of patience and learn to lower our expectations, for I do not promise you quick fixes or miracles. Instead, my pledge to you today is that my administration, with your help, will make steady and deliberate progress towards achieving the hopes and aspirations that you cherish in your heart for Mama Liberia.
In this maiden edition, Dole community and Claratown residents are grateful for the construction of the 2.7-kilometer asphalt road pavement connecting the two communities. On May 7, 2018, His Excellency George Manneh Weah, Liberia's pro-poll president, visited Dole community and requested his public works minister to immediately commence the construction of the road network to Claratown. President Weah symbolically jump-started the project by moving the road construction equipment, bringing joy to the tens of thousands of residents that Change for Hope has arrived. The road construction immediately commenced. Throughout the course of the project, the residents continued to express their satisfaction. Some residents spoke of the challenges faced by the lack of better road in their community.
Even the girl for here on the roads of rocking on. If they get food when it rain and I was rocking on the road. But at least since they started the road, at least things are ready already now for the road. The road are already. And for motor want to come here when it rain. So whatever is bring go by our market for radar will stop on the road. We'll to our head to get in. For on the road to come here, we will charge you more than $100 because of the road. Because they were all on the road.
For the past years, we've been observing the road issue as one of the key issues to the community. With regard to the bad road condition of the community. From time in past, we've been experiencing flood. When it rains, no way for people to get out. The road being bad.
But my prayer is here, you will cry for me. And when I'm in the water, and I get prayed.
The road is going to ease access to health care for the residents.
Any emergency, you find it difficult because there's no road. Even when you tell the police vehicle that will have emergency here, the police will not attend to you. Even motor car, what will come, for pregnant women or for any emergency that somebody is seriously ill, they will not come because of the road condition. So for now, you can see the road is fresh, new. I believe that as you call them now, they will only be rushing to come and see because they themselves want to see the road also.
Students are now having easy access to their schools.
For us, the road was very bad. To move on to our house and get on our campus there. But now we said to the water is so full. Oh, anyway, you get on to yourself. That the same thing your uniform you get there, you can mess up before you get on your campus.
The time the road was bad, we used to walk in water, going to school, people falling down from water bad. But now, we're happy the way they go face. You can walk free there, nothing can step on you.
Others lavish praises on their president for keeping his campaign promise.
I think it's like Okoki to delegate a road for us. Where they were for us.
I never thought that road would pass here. It's beyond my imagination. I can't get over it for road to pass here. I was one of those that were on the international media on CCTV. I was interviewed about George Weah. Who is George Weah? And I told the international world about George Weah, that George Weah was going to make a positive change. And today, I think everybody here can see it. No one here is suffering from myopia. You can see clear, and it's glaring. You can see the development. What I have to say is this. Many people have been saying that we got educated people in this country. We don't have educated people here. We got more educated fool than educated people. Because if you are educated, you will not invest all your country money and deposit it in America. Then you leave your brother and sister living down the poverty line. So I want to commend George Weah, and I pray to the Almighty God to give him more vision. We have this country at heart because we are originated from right down here, the Clarendon field.
I was born here and I saw him even the time I was coming up, and I know what he's capable of. I know his potential. So I appreciate him, and the people of Dole community and Clarendon at large appreciate him. And we know that he can do better. He can do more than this. We know George Weah can bring change to this country. We know that. So whatsoever thing they are saying, whatsoever talking that they are talking, that they keep talking. And I know my government will keep doing what is right for the Liberian people. So I only want to tell him he shouldn't listen to them. He can do better. He shouldn't mind the politics. This is Liberia. These things happen. But now we are not all for talking. We are all for working. And we know that he can do it. He should keep on the good work.
The president is making all the work on free road. Working what I do.
At this time of the year in Dole community, we cannot be standing here doing the yesteryears, but today through his ingenuity and through his leadership ability. And one thing that I admire of President Weah is he is a person that is connected to his words. If you can retrospect a few years back during the presidency of Madam Salif, she visited our community and promised the people of Dole community that within 14 days time, Dole community road will have been constructed. Unfortunately, in 2015, she made that promise. It did not come to fruition until her tenure expired. But when President Weah visited our community, he promised the people of Dole community that within 90 days, Dole community will boast of the paved road. Evidence by the fact of what we are seeing here today. Today, the people of Dole community can boast of the paved road. And one of
So, fellow Liberians, home and abroad, it's a privilege again for us to be on here. And we want to use this time to welcome each and every one of you under the Palava Hut to another wonderful segment of the Redemption Hour. The Redemption Hour comes on every Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at about this time. So again, I want to say welcome to all of you. Join us as we discuss issues relative to the development of Liberia. Without much time, we strictly want to go into why we are here. And to do that, again, I want to say to you, the best that you can do for us is to kindly hit for us the share button. Please hit for us the share button. Share with as many persons as you can share with, and let's all of us discuss this. To begin with, I want to bring you something that I want all of us to listen to. What makes you a leader is not necessarily your height. What makes you a leader is not necessarily your good vocabulary. What makes you a leader is not necessarily the office that you occupy or the vehicle that you ride. What makes you a leader is your ability to say and do, to impact people's life. What makes you a leader is the trust and confidence that you are able to adequately fulfill when people put them in you. That's what makes you a leader. The age doesn't make you a leader. No. The number of times that you spent in government doesn't make you a leader. No. You know, I remember back in the university, we were looking at formal in our management class, in my management class, 300 level. We were looking at formal and informal leaders. Formal and informal leaders. And what I get to understand is that an informal leader, that person may command even more respect from his colleagues, more trust than even the formal leader. Because the formal leader is one who is placed in the institution, by virtue of his connection or whatever it is to lead that particular institution. It is possible that people will give what we call a surface respect to that formal leader because the man is your boss. It is possible that people will listen to him because, if you don't listen, you will not get your salary. But in that particular institution with a formal leader, the people can be able to derive. The people can be able to get, the people can be able to put themselves together and get what we call an informal leader that they will trust, that they will believe in, that they will lay their lives down for him or for her. That's why you take for an example. People in a working place, all of them will just gather and say, look, you know what happened? Even though Mr. John Brown is the head of this organization, but we choose the Peter guy to be our own man where can represent us, to be our own man where we speak on our behalf. The reason why the people choose John Brown or Peter Kwekwe to speak for them is because they have explicit confidence in Peter Kwekwe. They know that Peter Kwekwe will not be able to let them down or compromise their interests. They have seen over the period how Peter Kwekwe have carried himself. So because of that, they have built that confidence in Peter Kwekwe and say the Peter Kwekwe man, that our own man where we talk for all anytime we have a meeting. It is not that they can't talk, but they believe in Peter Kwekwe. So they say, Peter Kwekwe, that you the one we take to be our own man where we always talk for us. Let me bring you this while I try to, too many things can be going on while we are on. So bear with us. Yeah. Plenty things can be going on. So let's get this and then bring you what we are supposed to bring you.
The sooner we all merge our energies towards cementing these new norms and values, the sooner we will transform our beloved country for the better. In doing so, we must also learn the virtues of patience and learn to lower our expectations, for I do not promise you quick fixes or miracles. Instead, my pledge to you today is that my administration, with your help, will make steady and deliberate progress towards achieving the hopes and aspirations that you cherish in your heart for Mama Liberia.
In this maiden edition, Dole community and Claratown residents are grateful for the construction of the 2.7 kilometer asphalt road pavement connecting the two communities. On May 7, 2018, His Excellency Josh Manawia, Liberia's pro-poor president visited Dole community and requested his public works minister to immediately commence the construction of the road network to Clara Town. President Weah symbolically jump-started the project by moving the road construction equipment, bringing joy to the tens of thousands of residents that Change for Hope has arrived. The road construction immediately commenced. Throughout the course of the project, the residents continued to express their satisfaction. Some residents spoke of the challenges faced by the lack of better road in their community.
Even the girl for here on the roads of Rakino. If they get food when it rain and I was a Rakino on the road. But at least since they start fixing the road, at least things are really alright now for the road. The road are alright. And for motor to come here when it rain, no motor if they bring go back market for road, will stop on the road. We'll tell our head to get in. For on the road to come here, we will charge you more than $100 because of the road. Because they were all on the road.
For the past years, we've been observing the road issue as one of the key issues to the community. With regard to the bad road condition of the community. From time in past, we've been experiencing floods. When it rains, no way for people to get out. The road being bad.
But my prayer is here, you will cry for me. I'm very nice in the water. And I get pray.
The road is going to ease access to health care for the residents.
Any emergency, you find it difficult because there's no road. Even when you tell the police vehicle that will have emergency here, the police will not attend to you. Even motor car, what will come for pregnant woman or for any emergency that somebody is seriously ill, they will not come because of the road condition. So for now, you can see the road is fresh, new. I believe that as you call them now, they will only be rushing to come and see because they themselves want to see the road also.
Students are now having easy access to their schools.
For us, the road is very bad. To move on to our house and get on our campus, but now you said the water is so full. Oh, anyway, you can on to yourself. That the same thing your uniform you get there, you can mess up before getting on your campus.
The time the road bad, we used to walk in water, going to school, people falling down from.
Now, fellow Liberians, sorry, we have many other things going on here. So we have many other things going on. So as I was saying, even in a formal institution, you have people who set up themselves based on their character. Based on their character and other stuff, to be seen also as a leader, even while they are in that particular formal institution. That leadership that has been conferred on them by their friends, they did not get that leadership because of their muzzle. They got that leadership because their friends or their co-workers have seen that these people or that particular individual have explicitly shown to the rest of his other colleagues that he is able to represent them, that he is able to lead, that he is able to fight for their rights or in their interests. So in every institution, you have the formal leader and you have that informal leader. And sometimes it will surprise you to know that even the informal leader, the one who is not like a kind of leader who maybe the institution say you are the head of these people, the people even pay more respect than even the man who is working for the company and the company say that your boss man here. And the reason why people trust that particular informal leader is because he proved by his character, he proved by his behavior, he proved by his honesty. So based on that, people trust him, or his colleague trust him. Now, let's come to the body politics of Liberia and ask ourselves, can you trust a Joseph Numa Boyka? Can you? Is Boyka somebody that you can put your life on the line for and say, yes, I trust this man? Can you? Even though he is the president of Liberia, no doubt about it, no argument. But can you trust this man? This man have displayed time without number that he is now worthy of our trust. I don't want you to believe it because I'm about to play you videos. I'm about to play you clip for you to hear, for you to see, and to know what we are talking about. When you put your trust in someone who you refer to as your leader, to direct, to guide you, to speak on your behalf, and to represent your interests, when that person compromise your interests, when that person turn their back on you, when that person stab you in the back, you no longer should trust them. Trusting them will be at your own risk. And that's what Joseph Numa Boyka has shown to us consistently, that he is not to be trusted. And I will tell you the reason why. Don't believe me. Like I said, I will play clips for you to hear. When Joseph Numa Boyka was elected, he told us something that which some of us, we felt in our mind that, yeah, this man was maybe going to make a change. After he told us that he was a race car that was parked, after he told us that he never had the opportunity, based on what he said to us, there were people who believe him. But when that particular man decided to dash our trust and our confidence down, you should no longer trust him. Let's play this video because I don't want you to believe what I'm saying, but let's play this video. Let's play this video and listen to Mr. Boyka here. Don't believe what we're saying. Let's listen to Mr. Boyka.
By making sure we start by making sure those people that we bring to cabinet are people of integrity.
We will start by making sure we bring to cabinet people of what? Integrity. No. Let's take our own time. Mr. Boyka told us that he will start by bringing on board people of integrity. That's what Boyka told us. People of integrity. People with high morals. People that have lived an exemplary life that people can trust. That's why he said, no, that is not what I am saying. It's what Joseph Numa Boyka is saying, that he will bring on board people of trust, people of high moral, people of good character, people that have lived an exemplary life, and they are positive role model to the society. That's what Boyka said.
People that we bring to cabinet are people of integrity.
People of integrity.
And secondly, want to make sure that even beginning with myself, we'll declare our assets.
You hear Mr. Boyka? He was bringing on board people of integrity. When you are bringing on board people of integrity, you don't need to run behind them to do what is right. No, you don't. When you are bringing on board people of integrity, you don't need to put police behind them in order for them to be able to live a good life or to represent the people. When you are bringing somebody of integrity, you don't need to ring bell behind them. Bolong, bolong, do what is right. Bolong, bolong, do what is right. No. When you are bringing people of integrity, you don't need to pass a special order before they can behave. Joseph Numa Boyka lied to the Liberian people. He provided false information. He told us that he was bringing people of integrity. Let us ask ourselves, look at Ami Moda. Will you say that Ami Moda was one of those he brought on board with integrity? When Ami Moda used a money that was never intended for that purpose, he used $90,000+ to buy a motor car. And at the end of the day, he was never prosecuted. Ami Moda walked away because he is the godson to Joseph Numa Boyka. He was never prosecuted. Do you trust this man that he was bringing on board people of integrity? No, people of integrity. Let's go to LRRC, where one Wozi was, Patrick Wozi or so. That Wozi man, remember the story of our Ghanaian, of our brothers who came from Ghana for the when they were leaving from Ghana coming to Liberia? The government of Liberia have set up a budget that when these people come, they must be given certain amount that will be able to at least help them to be reintegrated or integrated, however you will call it, into the society. At the end of the day, what happened? Those who came from Ghana, instead of taking their money and giving it to them, what did the government do? The Billy Goat that they had at LRRC was brave enough to take names of people who were never in Ghana, who were never refugee, who never traveled out of Liberia, put their name on that listing, and guess what they did? They were able to take the money and give it to these people. Almost a good $1 million, Liberian dollars. They were given to people who were never refugees at all. That thing we're talking right on this platform. At the end of the day, where is Wozi? No, where is Wozi? You say you were bringing on board people of integrity. When you have integrity, people don't need to bring bell behind you. You know, I always used to say to a friend of mine that you don't have to prove to anybody that you are a Christian. You know, when we know that you are a Christian or you are a Muslim or you are a truth person, keep trying. You know when we know? It's when you are in your secret chambers, when you are all by yourself, when you are in that room and it is only you and that particular money, when it is only you and that particular act that you know that is not right. That's when we know that you are a Christian. Sunday morning, what you display is just an outwardly act of showing that, yeah, you are associated with a particular religion. But we get to know you in your secret chambers when people are not around. The good that you do is what we look at and believe that indeed you are a leader, or you are a Christian, or you are a Muslim. So we know that you are trustworthy when you prove that, yes, I am. When you don't need people running behind you. Patrick Wozi collected the Liberian people money. Liberians who were in Ghana, refugees, who did not go to Ghana because they wanted to go there, they went there for enjoyment. No. Who wasn't in Ghana because they went to Plebuna, Santa Claus, and Mickey Mouse. They went there because of the likes of Joseph Numa Boyka and others who brought war and sponsored war in Liberia. So they were forced to run from Liberia for their lives, and they went to Ghana. At the end of the day, what happened? They were brave enough, they stole those people money. What came of it? Today, where is Wozi? Is he beyond bar? Has he answered any question for that act of corruption? It took a whistleblower. What? Okay, thank you. It took a whistleblower who worked at the same LRRC he blew the whistle. Today, where are those people? Nowhere around. Let's look at Charles Brown, the man who was singing, Joey I go, Joey I go. I think that is song he sang, yeah. Charles Brown who was singing, roll, roll, Tomo Fala, roll, roll. Charles Brown was caught in an act of illegally extorting money from people in the name of going to go and face their documents. It was all on Facebook. We have the clip. At the end of the day, what happened? Charles Brown was dismissed. After he was dismissed, did Joseph Numa Boyka prosecute him? No. No, don't tell us about, the man dismissed the people. No, that is not what we want. Because according to Joseph Numa Boyka, it will not be business as usual. The business as usual, when people steal, when people commit a crime, you sack them. That's what we know. That is the usual business. But Joseph Numa Boyka said it will not be business as usual. So I want to ask you, fellow Liberians, do you trust Joseph Numa Boyka? You caught these people in the act. At the end of the day, what did you do? You told them to go and sit down. But the crime that they commit left scars on the hearts, on the mind of our people. But you told them to go and sit down. And Augustine Kpehe Gafwan, who was audited by the GAC, and the GAC observed and the GAC found out through their own audit that Augustine Kpehe Gafwan was able to use almost $100 million without any paper trace. $100 million. I'm not saying thousand. I say $100,000. I say 100 million. Without any paper trace. At the end of the day, he said, oh, there are no paper here, no paper there. He could not prove to the GAC relative to that particular paper trace that the GAC was looking for. Today, Augustine Kpehe Gafwan is still there. But you say, I must trust Joseph Numa Boyka. Bear with me. Let me play this and then.
For now, we happy the way they go face. You can walk free there. Nothing can take step away.
Others lavish praises on their president for keeping his campaign promise.
I thank you for that. Okoki to delegate a role for us. Where they were for us.
I never thought that road would pass here. It beyond my imagination. I can't get over it for road to pass here. I was one of those that were on the international media on CCTV. I was interviewed about George Weah. Who is George Weah? And I told the international world about George Weah, that George Weah was going to make a positive change. And today, I think everybody here can see it. No one here is suffering from myopia. You can see clear, and it's glaring. You can see the development. What I have to say is this. Many people have been saying that we got educated people in this country. We don't have educated people here. We got more educated fool than educated people. Because if you are educated, you will not invest all your country money and deposit it in America. Then you leave your brother and sister living down the poverty line. So I want to commend George Weah, and I pray to the Almighty God to give him more vision. We have this country at heart because we are originated from right down here, the Clarendon Field.
I was born here and I saw him even the time I was coming up, and I know what he's capable of. I know his potential. So I appreciate him, and the people of Dole community and Clarendon at large appreciate him. And we know that he can do better. He can do more than this. We know George Weah can bring change to this country. We know that. So whatsoever thing they are saying, whatsoever talking that they are talking, they keep talking. And I know my government will keep doing what is right for the Liberian people. So I only want to tell him he shouldn't listen to them. He can do better. He shouldn't mind the politics. This is Liberia. These things happen. But now we are not all for talking. We are all for working. And we know that he can do it. He should keep on the good work.
At this time of the year in Dole community, we cannot be standing here doing the yesteryears, but today through his ingenuity and through his leadership ability. And one thing that I admire of President Weah is he is a person that is committed to his word. And if you can retrospect a few years back during the presidency of Madam Salif, she visited our community and promised the people of Dole community that within 14 days time, Dole community road will have been constructed. Unfortunately, in 2015, she made that promise. It did not come to fruition until her tenure expired. But when President Weah visited our community, he promised the people of Dole community that within 90 days, Dole community will boast of the paved road. Evidence by the fact of what we are seeing here today. Today, the people of Dole community can boast of the paved road. And one of the characteristics of a leader, of a good leader, is that you should have credibility. So I'd like to say, President Weah have demonstrated.
You should have credibility. You listening to the brother. You should have credibility. So Joseph Newman Boyka told us that it's not going to be business as usual. What is the business as usual? The business as usual is when people does wrong, you sack them without any punishment. According to Joseph Newman Boyka, that was the business as usual. Joseph Newman Boyka told us it was not going to be business as usual. He was going to bring on board competent, qualified, and people of integrity. What happened? What happened to those people of integrity that have failed us? That over the period, money got missing from the government coffers that is supposed to affect our lives. What happened? All of these things that are happening is calculated because Mr. Boyka himself is a crook. Look, lion will never born cat. It's not possible. Lion will never give birth to turtle. It's not possible. The behavior that Joseph Newman Boyka has will reflect in the government. Oh yes, that is his behavior. Why do you think today our children are being sodomized and nothing coming from out of it? Why do you think sodomy have become a common thing now? Before the nation was battling with rape, now it no longer rape now. They have added to it. The same way with this issue of drugs. Yesterday, it was opium. The people say, oh, kush. Now you know that Joseph Newman Boyka took over. It has doubled. It's no longer kush. No, don't believe me. The Liberian people said it. That's the same way with what is happening in Liberia. What we knew about was rape. Oh, yeah, the men rape. Oh, the men rape. That rape was common. Rape was very common in Liberia. I will not lie to say, oh, yeah, we never had rape in the country. The country was like this, it was like that. No, we had the issue of rape. There were challenges relative to the issue of rape. Domestic violence, rape. You go low, hey, they men rape. Oh, the other person rape. Hey, the other person rape. We knew that rape was all over the place. It was something that was rampant. But look at now. It's like rape now is becoming almost like, not an issue to even talk about. Rape is now becoming something very common. It's just like, let's forget about that one. Let's leave it. So the guys have now graduated from rape to what? To sodomizing our boys. That's what they have graduated to. And the reason why they are doing these things in the open is because Joseph Newman Boyka has given these people the green light. He does not persecute. No. Joseph Newman Boyka don't care about the ordinary people. Because if this man cares about the ordinary people, his behavior will display it. But look at what is going on. Look at what is going on. The people are neglected. While Boyka and his family are living in opulence and luxury, the ordinary people homes have been broken. Joseph Newman Boyka is the big evil that we are faced with today. No wonder why you see some of these pastors and imams, they are no longer talking. No wonder why you see some of these pastors and imams, they have decided to take their own seat in government and forget to advocate about the people. Because the demon that they were fighting against, the demon have now taken center stage. So all they have to do now is to flow along with that demon. I remember during the Taylor administration, there was a pastor who preached a very, very, very powerful sermon. When that guy was asked, oh man, this sermon here where you preach. When he was questioned, the man said that Satan fooled him. He said his sermon was misinterpreted, the devil hijacked his sermon. These people do not have the balls to speak for their people. The man who laid his life down, the man who said, let the people be our agenda. Let us focus on the people. Let us satisfy the people. We crucify him. It reminds me of the Bible. When the people went, told the king or the ruler or however he's called, pontify, and say, give us Barnabas. We want Barnabas. Persecute the man who called himself Christ. The only crime that he committed was to heal their children. The only crime that he committed was to preach peace to them. The only crime that he committed was to tell them that you must forgive your friend. The only crime that he committed against them was because he told them that I am the Son of God. I am God. That was the only crime. And they say, give us Barnabas, the Barnabas we want. Persecute the man we call himself Savior. The man we call himself King of the Jews. Persecute him. And that was what we did. Look, Bible comes to reality in Liberia. Been fulfilled. A man who gave gun to your children, Joseph Numa Boyka, who is a known notorious alert, how you call financier. The people who finance law group, who gave your children drugs. You say, Yalio, that Joseph Numa Boyka we want. The man who told you that I could not do anything while I was working for 12 years, but I was receiving money, but I was packed. You say, Yalio, that Boyka we want. The man who took Bele go and gave a saw and sold it to another person to extort money. You say, Yalio, that Boyka we want. Today, no wonder why our children have been sodomized. No wonder why our girls have been used as slaves. No wonder why today corruption is now the center stage. No wonder why today the president will look and say that people are baking too much. No wonder why Joseph Numa Boyka will say, God not producing no new land. No wonder why. Because we saw the signs and we decided to close our eyes. Today, it's almost like sexual-based violence has graduated. Yesterday, President Wiatan, the people said that our Kush were in town. But the girl said in her analysis, she said, nah, it's not double. They get Kush, they get this, they get that. And listen to the video. Don't even believe what I'm saying. Let's listen to this video, my people.
They rescue you. What a million rescue. You want to press people, you're noble. Show me a million rescue. To save somebody, the million rescue. Yeah. To deliver you from something, take you from something. So you're a poor people. Rescue me, save. But we the old people. Rescue the million rescue. That you can't help me while eating water. The same thing. But you can't tell in the water. He can't put on making the water back to kill on money.
Yeah. That's what the lady, that's what the people are saying. These are mothers listening to what she is saying, what she is saying. Thank you so much, Moses Wardrobe. Thank you so much. So our girls and our boys, children are living under threat in Liberia. Definitely. They are living under threat in Liberia. That whole your bunga and pass now in Liberia. You know, when we're coming up back in the 80s, they have this show, the Flomo Theater. And they were basically talking about sanitation, you know. And your man, Peter Bala, who we call Flomo, he and his man, they were in this village, you know, and the place was not really healthy. So from that show, we say, hold your nose and pass in Flomo Ya. Some of you who can remember back in the 80s, you will know what we're talking about. So when you pass in, you say that Flomo Ya. Anytime you say that Flomo Ya, you know that place there, they say, hold your nose and pass in Flomo Ya. So right now, our children, we are telling them, hold your bunga and pass. Hold your bunga and pass. Otherwise, they will knock you down. But listening to this.
You know what they getting people? The pressure. Husband not working. I live in church TV. I even made 1,000 a lot. I even made 500 a lot profit. Let me come and go. Children waiting for me. You are Jota Baga. Where will be our result? Yes, yeah. We wouldn't even 1 year. Where will be our result the following year? Okay, thank you so much. What's your name? What's your name?
I'm in a Patience Manor.
Patience Manor. You sell in the market here?
Yes.
Are you selling at here?
Yes. No market. Can't get some. I go look for Yansison.
You go look for the market, you see some?
I see food, call it food press. The way up, you're not understand ourselves. When you go to there, you buy another press. When you come, you buy a different press. So the money I can put it back on my.
Also, the money carry.
These are people who boast of expertise. You listen to Joseph Numa Boyka. He will bring the best people on board. Things will be easier. They will solve the bread and butter issue. But listening to what the people are saying, not to us.
I mean to the cold storage.
They put it back on market.
How much for the face?
You buy snapper 14,000. What we used to buy 10,000, 8,000. Buying it 14,000. One cartoon snapper 14,000. So we beg the government. We ask y'all to help us to break our government. We say you keep to rescue us. But the rescue that you're doing now, we're not understanding it. And when they pull the police on the street, our boyfriend here, they're not giving nothing to us again. They say they can't rescue us. Why they cause a motor burner running? They want not doing, they are breaking the government. We the poor people, they must find place for us that we want be able to spare our clothes. They got poor people, they got rich people in the town. Some of us, we not got more from the South God. And that basically we do, we not understand our children run to school. Our children, when we can't sell the market, we can't make a damn. They say rescue, but we not understanding the rescue team. So they were taking them from all of the street for smoking, for drugs and things. But I think you see them now. All of them take the Zoom. They can stay in the freeze.
So the drugs are to you.
A rapper now, a more than rapper.
Yeah. Okay. This is what she's saying. They asked her about the drugs. She said the drugs are rampant now. Listen.
The drugs is rampant. Some of them almost 20% on the street because of Zumi.
The zombie drugs.
Yeah, the zombie and the bring in Georgia back up again. Because John Water trying to sell our push. But now Zumi, when you say I see that you are so sticking at it.
You see, so she is giving us an analysis of what is happening. They said yesterday it was Cooch, but now we get zombie. We get cocoa, we get tar, we get different things under the Boyka-led administration. No, that is not me saying. These are the people. That's what our people are saying. That's what the people are saying. Boyka has failed his responsibility as a president. The only reason why Boyka is there is because Liberians, sometimes even in our suffering, we try to exercise restraint. Even in our hardship, we try to be a bit patient. That's why Boyka is there. But Boyka has lacked every credibility to be the president for even 1 minute. Okay. I'm coming. You here? Okay. All right. So Boyka has lost every credibility. And he's not worth to be called a president. No, he's not. Not worth to be called a president. Because all of the promises that were made, Boyka lied to the Liberian people. He told you that your children will be protected. Look at your children now. They've been raped. I'm listening to another story of another boy who was raped and the boy lost his life. Now even the other one that was raped by Peter Bonjala, another one again, another boy. No, don't believe me. Here is the story. This is what is happening in Liberia under Joseph Numa Boyka. This is what is happening. This is what is happening in our nation. Our children now have been raped. They've been sodomized. Another boy has been sodomized. Sodomized that little boy. It's an 11-minute video. Let's watch this one. Another story. Different story altogether. In the first one, in Peter Bonjala, that different one. Listen here. Listen. We tell you, you think we're joking. You think that fun we're playing. We told you that Boyka, he was coming. He will make your children to cry. You say no, that lie will lie. Listen to this. Listen to the other side. Listen to this sad story of another mother whose son Bunga, that one they damaging until you couldn't even son. Listen here.
Red. I said, JJ, your people red. And the people was red.
Listen here.
I said, JJ, your people red.
Listen to this story.
What happened?
Another mother.
So you finish keeping. I went MTA. I put the pen down. Then you write down. Then you
tell him let's take our own time.
I said, what happened? He said, I messed myself up. I said, how? So I didn't even have tissue. Got it. You are going to meet that kind of case on him. By the time they left me alone in the hospital. So I took the tissue and I, put it to his innards. Because he said, Mommy, take me to the bathroom. So that I tell him we went to the bathroom. But when that situation was going on, he lay down, the water was just coming out of him. The water was just coming out of his innards. So that I went to the nurse, I asked her for Pampers. Please give me one Pampers. So how she gave me the Pampers, I carried it, but I didn't really fix it there, shopping in front of him and haul it behind, I didn't tie it. But before I know it, that Pampers got messed up. That one he said he wanted to go to the bathroom. And I carried him to the bathroom. He sat on the camel. I said, you finished? He said, yes, it's finished. And now roll the tissue. When I want to clean him now, normal human being yash, they bought. My hand just went in. I said, in my heart, and I said, So I clean him up, and the other pimples, I tie it on him. So as soon as we got out from the bar, from the bright light, he said, Mommy, I can see. I can see. I said, wait, I can see. It's the bright light. You can see? He said, no, I can see. You can see me? He said, no, I can see you. Fear grabbed me now. And I held him. He was up, he was huge, so he was almost like to throw me down. I held him, and I carried him on the bed. So I asked him, I said, JJ, he said, I said, what you put your hand inside? Yeah. Yeah, the way you're now, the homosexual thing. He said, he shook his head. The way he was hardly talking, he shook his head. Yeah, but he was weak. That he just lie down on the bed, helpless. Then he started saying, Mommy, I'm not feeding my breath. I'm not feeding my breath. That's how when I called the doctor, they hung drip over him, different kind of drip. But the doctor said, I'll do a test first. They did a sugar test, then they did they say he was dehydrated and the sugar was low. That they now put a different drips over him. Then they now passed through him to go into the breath pin. I was standing there. So the first PP, it entered into the tube. So after they did all that, the doctor and the nurse, they left. Then later the doctor, they came back to check him again. Then he looked at him. He took that their stethoscope. He now started putting it on him. He said, where does this boy eat? I said, he eat to his parents' place, where he stayed, to his parents' place. Then he said, but they spoil food and give it to him. He said, you see in the tube here, you see the nut in the tube going down. Yeah. Before the said, but the whole system, there is no air again, except in a small place up here. By that time, they have put oxygen on him. He was just breathing inside. One. Before I know now, the oxygen. And I said, my son is not dead. When they came inside, the oxygen was already finished. I called them. I said, Pastor, you're joining in prayer with JC. JC is on oxygen. I called my daughter too. I said, JC is on oxygen. I called Pastor, my son. I said, JC is on oxygen. You're joining in prayer. I called Pastor Iwe so that he can come. Before I know it, the oxygen went down. And I had the doctor remove it. I had Jason die. From the initial state, I didn't believe that Jason died. I went to hold him. When I lifted his head, the blood from his nose. Yeah, I had him down. I had Jason die. Okay. So to this point of being sodomized, how did the people arrive at that point that this child was messed up in his anus? At that time now, when they told me that they want to carry the body to the morgue, so I was telling them, no, your wait. They say our rule here is when somebody expires, we don't keep them in the world. We have to take them to the mortuary. So I had a put Jason in the black plastic bed, and they carry him. They put me outside. So at that time now, I think Pastor Iwe had come, and I was confused. I was shouting, crying. They carried the body to the morgue. So my daughter, when she came to the hospital now, they didn't want her to enter. I called her. She said, Agnes, what happened to Jason? You didn't call me us to tell us that Jason was sick. You only called us to tell us that Jason died. What happened to him? I didn't even know what to say. And at that time now, I was even siding the pastor there. Everybody that even in my community here when they came, I was siding them. All my family people, they said, we can't bury Jason today. He said, since Jason has passed, we just buy white cloth and wrapping and bury. I said, yeah, because the boy have already died. The pastor now? Yeah. I said, yeah, the boy have already died. So we just buy white cloth. I don't want to ask it. We just, wrapping and bury.
Definitely. Him. They don't.
That man, daughter said, over for dead.
So our brother is asking question here, Clay. The people don't want no woman no more. That what boys then they behind. This is the kind of thing that is happening under this particular Boyka administration. Our boys are no longer safe. But let's listen here. Oh yeah.
Body. So when they took the body to the morgue, she went there. I wasn't there. She went there, but she came and told me that Jason was sodomized. Yeah. So we are not going to bury this body today. All my family members they were talking, but I didn't understand. Yeah, community dweller. All of them came to me. I know he worked at EWA.
And this other crime is allegedly being done by a pastor in a pastor house. This child was in the pastor house when he got sodomized and he lost his life. In the pastor, let's continue to listen. Don't even believe what I'm saying. Let's listen here.
He told me in the earlier stage when I started asking him questions, you know, what was unfolding. He said, on Tuesday afternoon, the pastor called him, the pastor Ademan called him, that he should please prepare admission. Like there, he was bringing his son Jason over to the hospital. So I asked him, did Jason appearance look like something supposed to be admitted or he's not supposed to be in the ER, ongoing treatment until doctor say yes, doctor request for admission. He said he not know, but like what the pastor asked him to do. So he created that bed space for the boy. So when the boy got there, they are putting on bed. So when we went to the mortuary to receive the body, there was blood coming from Jason anus and water coming from off the anus.
Oh, yeah.
Even the pimples that he had on were all messed up with blood stains. So my older cousin said, we're going to do physical examination. I don't know if you want me to show the picture of it when we did it there, but when we did it, you can see that his butt was sodomized. And it was sodomized. So when we came here, the pastor now called someone at the cemetery, the Mambakle cemetery, that they should dig grave. So while we were trying to bathe the deceased, we were receiving call that we should already take the body at the cemetery. I said, no, we're not going to bury this child until my older brothers and sisters come in before we can go ahead and do any other further arrangement. So when the boy body was lying behind the house naked, I raised the alarm that the pastor and his wife should please go and see the boy Repton that we're talking about. None of them took steps. Not the pastor, not his wife. None of them took steps. So it was one jala that informed the Mambakle police. He called the Mambakle police before we realized we saw two officers that even asked them questions. Asked them questions, they explained.
You hear what this guy is saying? You hear what this sister is saying? This child was living with this pastor. The pastor decided to rent a kind of apartment for this particular lay child. While living with this particular pastor was when this incident happened. While he was with the pastor, living with this pastor was when the incident happened. Are we surprised here? No, now we have a church in Liberia that for, they kind of man, it's open. We have a church. The church that Gregory Como attends. That part of that particular church, the Methodist church, they say, no problem. Fuakombo and Fuakombo can be together. And you understand? Miata and Miata, they can be together. That one is no problem. So why are we surprised? Why are you behaving like, oh, they think that strange thing? We get hearing about it. No, stop. These things have now entered the churches. A church in Liberia, the Estuarian United Methodist Church. I'm sorry. No one call no church near. But it has entered the church. We all know what is happening. Not the Estuarian, please. Let me just say this out. Not it. Yeah. But I will play a video. I will play some kind of video. So it has entered the church now. And other people say, the other Methodist people say, we accept it. The other people say, no, we're not accept it. So it should not be surprising to us. We told you. The pastor said it. Some of us, we said it to you, but you didn't believe us. Because maybe we got clerical on our neck. Or we got big stomach. So you didn't believe us. But we told you that these people have come to suppress you. But you felt that we were joking. Let's go to and listen to the story further. So why are we surprised? The pastor...
she was doing the explaining. So later on, the men are going to go to the viewing of the body at the back of the police in there. His name is Ruben. I don't know his full name. He went there. He saw the body. He even took a photograph of it before they invited the pastor and his wife at the Mambakle police station. Then when the funeral home came, because we told them we were going to receive the body, so we called for Abraham Robert funeral service. So when they came, we instructed them that the case happened to the police station. So we the family appealed that they shouldn't do any work on the body until further notice. But Thomas Wabras on Friday, but okay, before then, when we got to ERW hospital on Thursday, but we went to the police station Wednesday, Thursday, representative from the pastor and the family.
But that's how the case have gone to Central.
Now we don't know now. Okay. Yeah. So we went to the ERW hospital, representative of the pastor and representative of the deceased family. So we got there. Okay, at the police station first, the police commander was asking for the doctor's number that pronounced the report there to call him and ask him questions. He refused to pick the call. He didn't pick. We called him for the longest. He didn't pick until 10 o'clock in the night before he picked. And Thursday now we went to the ERW hospital. We didn't talk to the doctor either. It was the nurses that called him, the doctor, and he told the nurses that the medical report was read to the pastor and his wife. So we asked them, why didn't you wait for the immediate family? So we should call the poor man. She know the cause of his death. So the nurses then asked me to please call my auntie that I did, and I put the phone on speaker. She explained just what she just explained to you, to the nurses, and how we left.
So how did you arrive at the point that this little boy was anonymous?
Because we saw from evidence that his rectum was open. He had been used from the rectum.
Then how did the pastor get involved?
The family was asking the pastor, because if someone's child is staying with you and such claims are made, by right, the pastor should have left from where he was sitting, and go and see the crime scene. What the families are saying to get his own view, but he remained mute. He didn't say anything. So the question was, how did this happen? That's the question the family are asking the pastor.
How did this happen? How did this happen? The boy was living with this particular pastor. Pastor rented a fine apartment for him, put him in cool house, small boy. At the end of the day, this is what happened. The whole nyanch, they were open. You hear the man trying to clean him, the hair enter where. Even the description is looking too odd and very, very terrible. So why are we pretending I have to say anything that's strange thing? Let me play you a video so you can understand what is happening in the Methodist Church in Liberia. I will play you this. When we come here, we bring out the truth. When you come here because you verse or you sunny, let me play you this video. Oh yeah. The Methodist Church. Let me play you the first video so we can go on and hear the other one.
Ali Corey, meet me in St. Louis. That is the invitation that went out to United Methodists all around the world.
This weekend, the Methodist Church is meeting in St. Louis for a fight over sexuality. Specifically, should the church recognize same-sex marriages?
It is an issue that has people on both sides preparing to make their case. Our Jen Sullivan is live in the studio with more this morning. Jen, good morning.
Good morning, Allie and Rennie. This actually could be a very historic vote for the Methodist Church. About 800 delegates from all over the world are going to decide if same-sex marriages can be performed in their churches. There are 3 plans that they're deciding between. The first is the simple plan. It would allow clergy to perform same-sex marriages ceremonies, but they wouldn't be required to do it. This plan would also allow LGBTQ members to become a reverend. Next up, the traditional plan. This would continue current teachings that homosexuality is incompatible with Christian beliefs. The third is the Connection Conference plan. It would divide the church into 3 segments: traditional, progressive, and uniting. So we asked 2 reverends about what their congregation thinks, and here's what they had to say.
So let me play this one from Liberia, right? Let me bring this Liberia on right here. When we come here to come and explain, we can't to come play fun here. Oh yeah. Let me bring you the Liberia people, what they say. Oh yeah.
So, why are church members protesting in Liberia? The United Methodist Church in Liberia is facing internal discord over same-sex marriage. The global UMC voted to remove a So, why are church members The United Methodist Church in Liberia is facing So, why are church members protesting in Liberia? The United Methodist Church in Liberia is facing internal discord over same-sex marriage. The global UMC voted to remove a condemnation of homosexuality, sparking tensions within Liberia's 150,000 member branch. Clergy and lay members are calling for a special session to address the decision, but Bishop Samuel Jerome Choir refuses, citing the need for unity. This refusal has led to frustration and protests at several churches in Monrovia. Bishop Choir suspended several pastors, including Reverend Leo Mason, escalating tensions. As a result, protests began at New Georgia United Methodist Church and spread, with riot police called to maintain order. Despite the unrest, Bishop Choir resists calls for a special session. Many fear that this regionalization will lead to more conflict, while others seek a clear decision on their relationship with the global denomination.
My people, this is it. So we should not be surprised. But I think people should not go to this extent of forcing people. I don't think this thing is a force. It's by will, it's by choice. But look at what happened to that boy. According to his mother, he's living with a pastor. And at the end of the day, only for them to know that this boy was being sodomized, something that led to his death. But guess what? Nothing will come of it. That honor Joseph Numa Boyka government. Joseph Numa Boyka government, anything can happen and people walk away free. Or have you forgotten about how you call Luca Riches and Jessica Lloyd? That American guy who said he was a missionary, went to Liberia and fell in relationship with this particular girl called Jessica. He and the girl there, when he got to know that the girl was pregnant, he decided because he wanted people to know that the pregnancy was for him or he did the act, he decided to unalive the girl. As God could have it, motorcyclists saw what was happening and came to her rescue. At the time, he was already carrying on his work. And that guy was arrested, taken to the police. At the end of the day, he did not even spend no time there. The man, the next time we saw him, he was at the airport, his legs cramped, and he was getting in the next plane to come here to the United States. You have elected a government that doesn't even care about you, that your safety is not their concern. Why you think they're breaking houses around? Because the government does not care about you. You are not the government priority. No, you are not. We warned you, we told you, you saw the signs on the wall, you choose to ignore it. Now all of us suffering it. All of us, we are suffering it. You are not the only people. Somebody say, oh, we in Liberia, you're not here, you're in other part of the world, in America, and why maybe you're talking. Who told you that we are not feeling the pinch? We are feeling it because we have family members there. We have friends. Everything that we are laboring for is down there. Everything, I said, everything we are laboring for here is there. The way our hearts are in Liberia. Sometimes when we don't receive call from Liberia, we are not satisfied. Even though we don't have it. But with the lay that we have, at least we are able to share $5, $10. So whatever that happened back home, we are concerned. We are worried. But today, look at what is happening. All of us are in worry now. When you elect the unrighteous, the ungodly, people who only care about themselves, these are things that will happen. You know, when Samuel said to the children of Israel, who insisted that they needed a king, they wanted a king. When you read the Bible, according to the Bible story, the children of Israel said, we want to be like other nations around us. We want to see our king. We want to interact with our king. We want to be like other nations around us. Give us our king. And Saul said, the thing you're doing is not correct. Say, we want to hear you. Give us king. That's the same way these self workers, they were crying. You get 20%, we get you 0%. Let it today in the hospitals. The hospitals are now becoming a prison center and a place to contract serious sicknesses. The hospitals. The last time nurses then they were on the street, they protesting. Anesthesiologists then they were on the street, they said they're protesting. No, don't protest. Because yesterday, the man who was working with you and said we can make this better, you said no. You get out 20%, we will get you 0%, you want him. Why today you jumping in the street? Why? We call this on ourselves. So we'll go through it. That's why when I hear people saying, oh, President, we are going to bring people on the street. He must come on the street. Let him jump. Let him do that. Let him do that. I laugh. Where play President we are coming? Where? On what kind of street? This soup that we the one cook it. And we got to taste it. Let's get a very good dose of our own medication. Let's get a good dose of our own medication that we prepare. Look, let me tell you something. If you have not reached the zenith of being very weary and very tired of certain situation, I don't care whether they come and you forklift and take you from there, you will still come back. It's like, take for an example, a little girl or somebody who just get to know of life. or have this romantic relationship. Until she can see the danger in that particular romantic relationship with the useless boy that you don't want her to be with, until she can see it, she will never listen to you. You let her go there, wait, take her from there, bring her, tie her. She will go back there. Some kind of way she will find a way. Until she can really see the abuse. Until she can see and feel what you are trying to prevent her from. She will not listen to you. I think you'll be talking like your own thing. Today, this is what we have. We told you, President, we are is the way forward. We start to see progress. He said, no, we're not listening. When we tell this, I said, no, we're not listening. I know we're not listening. Let Anna, your sons have been sodomized. Your daughters have been raped. And the people who are raping your daughters, guess what happened? They're giving a certificate now. J. Brian McGee, who are at the Ministry of Youth and Sport, they took him from there and said, man, you are at our ministry, you are doing bad thing there. You are too terrible. So we'll get you a certificate and send you straight to the Ministry of State for Presidential Affairs. So J. Brian McGee now, he is at the Ministry of State for Presidential Affairs. A notorious figure that raped a 14-year-old girl in his office. Today, he's at the Ministry of State for Presidential Affairs, J. Brian McGee. I know they gain certificate. They say when people talking, we carry them to court. Don't worry. Now the one that we're talking, we away. That to your horses will go talking. We're looking at people. Hey, yeah. Just wait. Y'all will see something. Y'all will see. Y'all just watch. Y'all watch the process. Watch the process. You will see. You have criminals that you have given state power to. Sodomizing our children. Breaking down homes. You know, I listened to a testimony from this lawmaker. In time, I've caught up with us because, but I want us to listen to this. Honorable Chie. It's a 1-minute video. It's scary. In Liberia now, pay money, go to the court will give you land. When they give you that land, you good. They're listening to Honorable Chie. They think we're playing fun way, it will get serious. Let's listen to him.
Laws are all on the books. 2 months ago, I was in one office, sitting with one of the office. And outside the office, I saw one surveyor in Local Land Authority with one other guy with a bunch of documents. So after my meeting, I went outside. I said, "Why are you here for?" He said, "Oh, I'm the surveyor. This is the land owner. He owns the land. He has documents for the land from Vamuma House, Ministerial Complex." My hands are shaking.
On Vamuma House, straight to the SK Dispo complex. No, there's a senator that is talking. Somebody claiming from Vamuma House, straight to the SK Dispo complex. But is it strange? If one person can claim the whole of how you call Satan, the whole Satan, one man get it for him. Why another man can't claim from Vamuma all the way? We're playing fun. We don't see nothing here. Let's go ahead.
Laws are all on the books. 2 months ago, I was in one office, sitting with one of the office. And outside the office, I saw one surveyor in Local Land Authority with one other guy with a bunch of documents. So after my meeting, I went outside. I said, "Why are you here for?" He said, "Oh, I'm the surveyor. This is the land owner. He owns the land. He has documents for the land from Vamuma House, Ministerial Complex." My hands are shaking. How can this be implemented? So I asked the surveyor, I said, in the first place, why are you doing that? The law says you will work when your public surveyor work for the authority, you shouldn't survey private land. One of the issues we have, putting the land matter is so complicated, sometimes we don't know how to start. One of the questions that Gombe, therefore, is in the name enforcement of the issue. money, budget.
You hear it? Somebody already finished claiming from Bamuma Hall all the way. So those of you in the diaspora, look, that's just God. It's just by God's grace. Imagine this kind of thing that is happening. They play where we can work for, if we say that 12 hours, the people are working for 12 hours at 12 hours. If they say 8 hours at 8 hours, they say 10 hours at 10 hours. Some of our back can even function good. I listen to one of my men, were sharing phone. Let me share the phone with you. We're talking. He said, yeah, but yeah, age, oh, my man, look at me. Let me be used to let woman be him. My man, I ain't got time for that team, man. My woman, I ain't get time for that team, my man. I changed, my man. Age, you be responsible. And I know the person I'm talking about. This person that we having this conversation is my friend. I know him very well from Liberia. I mean, from small ball days, we grew up together. Even when he came here and other things. So he telling me, oh man, yeah, but man, I even get time for the team, man. Just one relationship and all the other things. So he finished talking. I say, look, my man, don't I let to say, I don't know who I'm talking to. I know you and you know me. You are not no tired with woman business. Your back, it can't give you chance because the country where we in, when the people say you standing, that's standing, you standing. When they say you sitting, you sitting. So that kind of energy you used to get in Liberia where you passing around when you just came here, you doing all the other things, and you now stay plenty of years here now. You don't stay above 10 years. Your back and not they give you chance no more. So don't can say the play where you are now, your age, you responsible man, you're not no responsible. You're not responsible. When you go the 4 round, you used to go, yeah, to say you going for trophy. Yeah, and when Barca and how you call and Real Madrid playing, where people jumping on the field, now you can't do anything. You go there now, 30 minutes, 30 minutes, plenty. So don't come last year, yeah, the play where you are now, you love your woman, you love your family, this, that, and other things. The people work here, it finish with your back long time. And you can't go to gym, you can't take exercise, you can't do nothing. So it finish with your back. They finish with your back. So imagine you, after all of the years that you have worked for, collected some kind of money and said, my retirement, let me go pay some kind of lay small horse in Liberia so that the day I go there, I can be able to sit down. You finish paying your horse. Somebody just wake up one morning and say, oh man, that whole play there for me. All the strength you have used, all of your strength, you are no longer healthy. You are no longer agile to be able to work and accumulate that kind of money again to build. You now build a 2-story or 3-story building. You can't break it down. But where you going to go take money from to go build that kind of house again? On your back, everything finished. Your bone, everything is shaking now. Feeble, you weak. What? This is what we are in, my people. The government have shown that they don't care. Look at what Senator Chia is saying. One person claiming the land. Is this screen? If one person can take the whole of Satan. So he's not lying. He's not. Somebody said and say, take the whole Bushra Island for them. I will tell you this other story. I wanted to buy land from this particular individual. Had the money, everything. And I told the person, I told him what to do. Do this. Make sure you go check to the ACA, what are this particular land this person gets, the original land, what are nobody else is having the land or nobody has a title, blah, blah, blah to the land, stuff like that. So he went and did all of the check and went to the guy and said, oh, let's talk to Prince on the phone. And I was on loudspeaker. So he said, oh, yeah, the land here is a legitimate land. And my parents get a land, blah, blah, and stuff like that. I said it to you, no problem. I've sold land to other people. There have been no problem. I said, that's good. It's good that you have sold to other people and no problem. I said, thank you. But I said, the money that I come pay for this land, I suffer for it. For me to be able to get this money, I have to starve myself. I have to deny myself of plenty things. The luxury, I have to deny myself of it. And I'm giving this money to buy this land. I want to appeal to you. I hope this land that I'm about to purchase is guaranteed. Oh, don't worry, land guarantee. I say, well, let me finish talking my own. I say, because today or tomorrow, this money that I'm about to spend, I may not get it again. And when I finish spending this money, when I start my project, then somebody can say, oh, that the land, blah, blah, they take me to court. They take the land from me. I told him, or on the line, I said, the person who sat down saw me building from the very foundation all the way to the roof, the income. They allow me to finish before they can take horse. That person and whoever that is connected with that person, when we reach to heaven, we're talking. You who selling the land to me and know that this land is already for somebody, or you sold it to somebody, but you brave enough to come and sell it to me, to burn that other person's heart and burn my heart. I say, the person who's selling the land to me, and everybody who beyond that person, they in a family. When me heaven will talk it. In Hala, he say, so we say, but why are you talking so? So why are you saying? So I say, what I'm saying is that for me, this money that I've suffered for to give it, at the time I was just buying the land. And what I'm about to do, if you know that this land have been sold to another person, tell me. If not, when I buy it, somebody can say, oh, hey, for them, blah, 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 and all the other stuff. Get ready to double my money. If I'm giving you $5,000, you give me $10,000. If you don't give me that 10,000, the ancestors are still alive. I'm from Grand Cape Mount County. I'm from Lofa. I respect my ancestor. I respect my tradition. I respect my culture. I will consult them. Now what made that man? He got a fresh straight. He said, but land, I will not sell the land to you. Hey, I will not sell the land to you. You know, even buy land, yeah, you start threatening me. I said, no, I'm threatening you. I'm just telling you. He said, but then I will not sell the land to you. So it was a son who convinced. He said, no, I mean, forget about it, and other thing. So I told him. He said, oh, so when you wait down there, you threatening me. You not even buy land from me here. You even give me money, you're threatening. No, I don't want to make money. I don't want to make money. So in fact, the land I was about to buy, I didn't buy that land again. So it was the other side, his son, the man who I wanted to buy the land from. His son ended up carrying me to another area in the same vicinity and say, oh, buy this other land. Then the guy said, we talked to the papi, he made the papi scared. I said, what makes who scared? I'm telling you what I would do. What I would do. That's the reality. That's what I would do. He said, no, my man, not supposed to toilet that. You know. I said, no, that's straightforward, man. You look in my face, there is nothing like lie. I don't like to lie. The truth may be very difficult, but I will look in your face and say it just as it is. That's me right there. That's why I don't play game with people. I tell you what is in my heart, be done with it. Because I ain't got no space to come where I come and keep what in my heart for what? You one of the problem that are supposed to be carrying as a burden. I will not do that. Or you one of the person that are supposed to be keeping in my heart. I will not do that. So I will just tell you what I'm supposed to tell you. I can't say the land. Man, the way he talking that kind of arrogant way. But if you know you don't sold the land to another person, and his son are sent to go and do the research for me, I sent his son. I said, go and do the research. So when he got through, whether you were lying, that the land was okay, or you were talking the truth, but when I finished outlining my condition, Papa said no. Say, the man looking too arrogant. How you would talk that kind of thing like that? How you would say that thing? I said, yeah, but I'm not talking to you. I'm just only telling you what I would do if somebody can't claim. So if you know that the land is legitimate, you've not, given it to anybody, there's no need for you to worry. No. So they came me on the other side about the land there, and that was it. I had that other story. And this land business that is happening in Liberia until something very terrible happened. Very terrible happened. The people will continue to do this nonsense because it is a game under this Joseph Numa Boyka. Look, some of you, before you go to Liberia, the land will finish. Joseph Numa Boyka under a regime, they will finish selling the land. They will finish. Because Joseph Newman Boyka does not care about the people. No, he doesn't care. If one person can clean from Vamuma House straight to SKD, then what else? Somebody will just can't clean the whole Bushwa Island one day. One day will be saying that somebody can clean the whole Bushwa Island. You know, those of you who live on the Bushwa Island, you know Kimpite Town, right? Kimpite Town, right behind Bombers Bridge there. For one time, we're sitting down from Moneyprook Supermarket, all the way to Kimpite Town. One other guy came, he said, the land for him. The grandpa gained the land. He brought this, he said, doing 1840 waiting. That time, his grandpa had the land. They land for his pa. And his pa left other people in charge and they the one sold the land. So he coming back to take the land from Moneyprook Supermarket. Some of you know that supermarket across. Right opposite how you call Dukutan there. Dukutan Junction. 0.4 if you want to call it. He said from that place all the way go in the land for him. He be great kind of great grand of King Peter. Anyway, let me lead out other story. So until something very terrible will happen in our country, Joseph Newman Boyka will not listen. You will continue to take your land and give it to other people who you get interest in or people who get money. But Mo Ali said it. No, let's go to Mo Ali clip. Mo Ali said it. He said, look, I get a video. I get the evidence. Mo Ali said it. The videos are there. The evidence are there. That people will go to the court, collect money, come and sit down and say they learn for them. They go bribe to the probate court. That's what Mo Ali said. No, I wasn't the one that told you that. Let me play the video for you to hear what we're talking about. Just bear with me. Let me see. I should have the video here. Just bear with me. I think I should have the video here. Ho 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 ho. This is what is happening under the Boyka-led administration. Our people are no longer secure and safe. Oh yeah, no longer secure and safe. You say now you think you get land in Liberia? Be careful, or else you will cry. What are these guys? Oh, sorry, my people. I can't lay my hand on this. I can't lay my hand on this thing. Oh wow. Just bear with me. I want to play the voice of Mo Ali. The man said he contacted somebody that gave him all of the evidence to prove that people are selling the land through the court. Yeah, that's why he said people are selling land through the court. You get your money, go to probate court. When you go to the probate court, the mango song away, face on a fake document, give you the land and say go, this land for you. But let's see if I can see the video here. Okay, let's see if we can see the video. I don't know. It's like I didn't put a video in this other file. No, I didn't put a video in this file. Let me see. Okay, sorry. I didn't put a video in this file. I put a video in the other file. It's not here. I think I put it in the other file. Oh, no, 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 no. Yeah, I think I put the video in the other file that I'm not locating right now. But I played that video where Mo Ali said, even in the court, this issue of corruption now, of selling people land, have entered the court, where people can go and buy your land through the court, and at the end of the day, pay these judges to backdate the document. And they will come back, pay the police, for the police to go along with them and evict people. I'm sorry, I can't see that clip. I think I put it somewhere, but I can't see it. But that's where we are. That's where we are. Terrible times happening in Liberia. Our children now are facing serious issue. But fellow Liberians, time have caught up with us and we got to go. Hopefully this evening we might be on. But until then, have yourself a God blessed day and bow from our end.
We want to encourage those who want to remain corrupt and steal money, that I beg them. The money should be used to bless our people. Thank you and God bless.